I did in my monologue, and I didn't even have enough time to get to everything I'd like to say about affirmatively furthering fair housing because I'm worried that BlackRock is going to come rolling in and say these aren't going to be standalone single-family home neighborhoods anymore. We're going to create an environment of ESG housing. But don't worry, it's going to create construction jobs. We can't deport anyone because we're going to need their labor to rebuild Los Angeles, and we're going to have this perfect little ESG utopia that we've been dreaming of since Obama. No one's even talking about what does it mean to rebuild. I know Gavin Newsom says land won't be sold below market value, but if you write new regulations for construction to the point where people can't afford to rebuild their homes, they're going to have to sell the land to somebody and try to live somewhere else. But it feels like single-family standalone neighborhoods are going to go by the wayside for even more density in Los Angeles, and they're still not going to thin the forest, and they're still not going to get right with the water, and they're setting themselves up for an even worse future disaster.
Oh, let me add one more little a notch to that long list of issues. The LA Olympics are going to be here in 2028. Are we going to be prepared for that? But let's talk, Andrew, I'm glad you brought this up. Let's talk about that zoning for a minute because I don't think people understand what's been happening in this state. This is not a new thing. This is a law that Sacramento passed 2 years ago to force municipalities to rezone for high density housing. This is why you may have heard of a town called Huntington Beach. This is why Gavin Newsom has been suing the town of Huntington Beach. They gave him the middle finger. They said, you remember that surfer during COVID that the police went out to get? He was in the middle of the ocean and they went to save him from COVID in the middle of the ocean. That was Huntington Beach. That's who those people are. So the governor said, no, you're not going to be able to zone for single family housing. We want all this beach property. We want high density housing and resort. We're changing the law. You can't do anything about it. That lawsuit is currently being prosecuted. I do believe it will go to SCOTUS. In the meantime, Andrew, those laws have changed for all of California. Absolutely, developers have the ability to come into Altadena and Pacific Palisades and build. It doesn't have to be rezoned. It's already rezoned. The state has already rezoned it. We're already halfway through this problem. Like, it's already a problem.